You know, come to think of it, I believe the pre-release version of this that Raekuul played said, "Hey there, Raekuul," on the opening thing. But most of us playing us at this point are not Raekuul, so... Hey there, everyone! Anyway, this is Aerophone playing a Super Mario thing created by the Talk House, primarily for Raekuul to play. It's a collaborative Super Mario World hack, which means the difficulty is kind of all over the place, the quality is up and down, but it's neat. There's a lot of creativity. There's some things that maybe you didn't even realize were possible in vanilla Super Mario World. But yes, last time we cleared out the end of World 3, Cloud World, with level names such as Heaven is a very sky place dangerous and some sort of place type object. I'll come back briefly here just to get a cape. Okay. And we got the Green Switch Palace, which I wasn't expecting this early. I think we've seen one of the others, might have been red. Anyway, first level of World 4 is the booster jump site. You can scroll the map around because this is the Overworld. So yeah, assume we're going over this way, off the cliff at some point. There's probably a split that goes up to there. There's also a pipe there. Now that probably goes to World 5. But it feels like there needs to be something on top of that cliff there. Anyway. Okay. We've got some kind of gimmick. We got ripped off. These boosters are faulty and they make the whole level sound weird. Just dump them anywhere. Okay. If you're standing on one of these when the thing things, you will get launched. I probably don't want to cape for this because cape gives you the slow fall, which means you can't just jump and then repress the jump button. Yeah, I want to not be on these when they activate. Yeah, there's something up there. Yeah, that one should hold B. Stand just the right place. Yeah, and it does affect enemies too. I'm pretty sure these are custom blocks with some custom coding. What they call ASM hacks, short for assembly, I think. Yeah, I don't even need the launch pad there. It's short enough gap I can just jump across it. There's the neckbeards. Yeah, I was waiting around for the bounce to bounce and... Okay, first death for this episode. That was just overcorrecting. But yeah, we've got a strange and interesting concept here. Yeah, I'm not going to go after that dragon coin again. I don't feel like it's worth it. Yes, you can duck jump to land on things in there. Yeah, I feel like these are here to get in your way. There, I jumped too high. Yeah, overrecord again. Okay. It's like I'm not quite reacclimated to the platforming physics. Yeah, that's what happens if you get bounced there. That's just being careless. Oh, can you kill those? Oops. Yeah, that's what happens when you get bounced up on this. Yeah, for some reason I felt like you couldn't take out the fuzzy guys, but maybe that's only when they're on, tracks. Alright, let's try not to lose the power up in silly ways early on. Like that. I stopped sliding too soon. Yeah, I was trying to slow myself down so I didn't careen into the box under the munchers. Yeah, this should be clear enough just from launching, but the way this level works is every so often there's that noise. And when that noise sounds, anything that's on one of these blocks gets launched upward. And I know that's coming. Why am I doing this? Wait for the beep, then go. It's not like it's difficult to predict. I'm just getting impatient. Which is not a good sign this early on in the session. Alright, jump 2-8. Their hardest jump ever. Not really. Okay, this will pop out a mushroom, and the mushroom will bounce on those. Well, not mushroom, but... So that was neat. I just wasn't timed right to get to it. And there, the timing was bad. Okay, first game over already. Oh, of the session. I've had several before. I come to think of it, there is another spot in, there's an alternate path in Heaven is a Very Sky Place Dangerous that I wanted to look at. I was thinking about going back and fighting the boss again, but no. Let's just put that in the past. Yeah, here there's a P-balloon in one of these. Demo looks very silly like this, but so does Mario, really. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're intended to keep going or what. Oh, there's another P-balloon. I should have expected that. And these are probably reset doors. You don't want to grab a power-up while you're in balloon state because that will dispel it. Or more accurately, replace it. With midpoints being the exception. So yeah, this was the midpoint we saw while playing the level that it takes you back to if you die. It's just kind of weird. The 2-minute level has 2 different midpoints, which you are allowed to do in Super Mario World, just vanilla. But there's only one restart point, so it has to take you to one or the other. Can't do both. Is it just me or my firewall's going straight ahead for a bit there? There's probably some weird interaction with these blocks, but only sometimes. Okay, since I keep dying in stupid places around here, I'll put this back on that and save here. I'm getting my shortcuts mixed up. Yeah. Yeah, low headspace here. That's probably safer. That's always a beat. You can jump while ducking. It does not feel good because you have very poor ground control in duck state. Okay, this is as far as we got before, which is a bit concerning. It's safer to just fireball everything. Okay. Looks like it wants me to bounce on that guy. And there I got lucky with the shell. And here it really helps to have fireballs. Midpoint. Don't fall in the hole. Yeah, this looks vaguely suspicious, and indeed, there is something up here. Don't know that there's anything up here. Let's try to the left, see if we can spot us anything. That looks like it just falls off. So back to the right. Actually, I'm kind of curious how high the demo scanner can go. That's a harder jump than it looks like. Maybe I need to do P-speed from here. Some more fire. Another Raekuul. Feels like I'm missing a lot of the level, but I'm okay with that. It wants me to go down there. Is this just a fail state up here? Or if you get knocked up, then... How would you get through that quickly enough? Just need to do little jumps when it's... Yep. Okay, that wasn't as bad as it could have been. I think I also got kind of lucky. Watch out for the hungry Yoshis. There's more of them up there, aren't there? To be fair, I could have seen that while going by. Get the power up here. Yeah, there's a lot of level down there I'm not interacting with. Next death, let's give it a shot. Yep, that was off. It's about every 3 ticks of the timer, but not quite. And I feel like that shell is going to be important too. Don't go there. Okay, apparently when you're small, you're not tall enough to hit those blocks with a normal jump. Yeah, let's see what's here. Okay, apparently you need a running start. Lesson learned. Shouldn't have jumped. There. That was risky. This is just a timing thing. Although it becomes easier if you take a lot of them out in advance. Okay then. Yeah, I think bypassing that is the smarter idea. Still, it was interesting to see what was there. Didn't quite get enough to jump there. So now I think what it is I started braking too soon. Yeah, this is an interesting gimmick, but I can't say that I really like it. Especially some of the ways it's used. Like here. This would be easier with a cape, actually, because then you could stay in the air longer. Okay, and that by itself is not high enough to get up here. Put a save here because I don't feel like doing that annoying bridge part again. I think to the far left was safe. Yeah, apparently I've managed to hit one of those somehow. Like that. Okay, the spell... Yeah, the shell despawned because it got too far off screen. And you need to hit that, I think. Don't go into the... Or you can also do that, but... Okay, it's the end of the level either way. And that goes down to Revenge of Switches Pressed. Okay, I think I remember this being a level that actually gets harder the more switch bosses you have. Let's get a quick power up from here before moving on. That's weird. Wasn't there a message block here? Now it's here. Yeah, is it just me, or was it not there last time I entered? Anyway, we'll do an overworld save. And come in here. Ah, and this music. There's a key. That tells you right away that there is a secret exit. Probably. Okay, there's a one-up. And yeah, if it wasn't for the switch blocks, you could just go right on those. So we have red, blue, and green. I think we have not seen yellow. Ghosts. Okay, this is safe. Technicolor Yoshis, go with the Technicolor background. So I can just do this. And actually get a power up here. But getting back out will be problematic. Maybe not even possible. Okay, never mind that then. I was trying to get off the springboard to not run into the ghosts. Also, the door just randomly slipped open a bit. One moment. I think maybe I just didn't have it closed all the way. And then the breeze. Yeah, it's summer here. I've got the windows open. The thing to try doing might be to hit that and run back to the right, but I feel like the butterfly would have despawned by the time I did that. Yeah, those random height Uris are potentially problematic. There's a 3-up over there, if you can get it, which you can't with the green switch in the way. I can do that, though. That didn't quite do it. Yeah, you can bring items with you on vines, just you have to be already climbing. This is not intended Super Mario World behavior, but it's a glitch that's been in the game all along. Same as this. You can spin jump an item as long as you're already spin jumping and you pick it up. Should be a 1-up since I got enough coins. Okay, I think that was the block duplication glitch. I'm pretty sure there's not an actual invisible block there. Ah. This is not a fun place to restart from. I feel like it should be next to the midpoint. But yeah, if I come over here, there's no block there. Yeah, this is a little messier because of the blue switch. Not sure what those reverse question mark blocks are supposed to be. Here we have pressing an ordinary B switch, makes it a little harder. Yeah, this is just a grab block, so what's it for? Just to get in your way? Yeah, I can't scroll the screen. And that's a pretty long jump. I'm going to go get a cape. Also, I'll need to go back and do that with the key to get the secret exit, so... Unless the key is just a decoy. There are places where Cax will give you a key just so you can use it to hit blocks or stand on. But this doesn't feel like one of those situations. Okay, now I need to not lose it right away. That did not look great. Is there something up here? Probably not. On the other hand, ew, flickering lights. That was an easy way to get to the exit anyway. But is there a keyhole? Maybe under the goal, because there was that gap there. Alright, and there's the Eerie generator. I almost forgot about that, because it's not there at the midpoint. Which feels deliberate. Okay, the big boo despawned. There's a 3-up. Demonstrating that yes, you can. I'm trying to bounce just high enough to get in there without hitting my head on the... Yeah, and that's just scrolled just wrong. Throw the ghost out of the way. That's an inconvenient spot for that one. Yeah, one-tile jumps with munchers are worse than one-tile jumps with pits. Because if you step a little too hard to the side, your feet are on the muncher and you take damage. Let's try to do this without accidentally making a box spawn out of nowhere. Free-ish 1-up for getting 30 coins. That's out of the way. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this free first question mark box. Like, maybe they're trying to indicate something? But what? Oh, time. Let's come down short of the goal. There was that gap in the floor here. And... apparently that's not what we need to get to. Okay, so where do you take the key? Is it up above? Or is it this backwards question box meaning something? I just hit the edge of the level there. So is the key not needed? And why is there just a hole in the floor there? And there's no keyhole mark on the level. I feel like there was on the previous ghost houses that had secret exits. Yeah, like that one. So maybe there's just not a secret exit, and the key is a red herring. This will have a secret exit, so chill out. Will this be a nice level? Not even. Our old homeland is held by Viceroy Snailington's goo army. The rates he puts on mortgages are exorbitant and must be met with a swift end, says our Yoshi companion from wherever. And yeah, the power-ups have been removed. The music is pretty chill, but why is the level called Chillout? That would not be why. Yeah, hitting the block next to it caused it to turn around, and then... I shouldn't have just chased after it blindly. There's... what? Oh, another one of those in the bushes. There's something going on with the palette that's kind of neat. That was a yellow Koopa? Or Goopa? And here we have Yoshis with football helmets. As I recall, those are the Rex. Yeah. You bonk them once, they get shorter. There might be something in that middle block, but it does not feel like it's worth the risk. Also, it does feel like you need that P-switch, so... Okay, that's solid from the side, which is kind of weird. Okay, good thing I had that shell. I guess the pipe? Yeah, the pipe. Probably will want the P-switch, so take it. Makes this part nice and quick and easy, though. Yeah, you can spin jump on those, and yeah, you need it here to get this. Which you probably need to get past the punchers. And it will turn a bunch of other things into silver coins. Just collect those before they went up. And we can go up here. Looked like there's more to the right that probably is the secret exit. More mushrooms. We're not getting better power-ups. And the other shell despawned. And all the Charlies come back because I didn't eat the real one. P-switch respawns when you re-enter a pipe, even if you pick up the same P-switch. Yeah, that sounds like a clue. You want to take a P-switch out of the pipe and back into the pipe. And If I had a P-switch here, I could get those, which are probably 1-ups. It's kind of hard to tell with the decoloration. Yeah, there's the lock. That was lucky. And there's just a hole before the gate for no apparent reason. Okay, let's go for the secret exit, and I think that'll be it for this time because the hardest level. Actually, no, let's do this first, because if I recall correctly, this is a joke level. We got cave story music. Oh no! It's a trap. Yeah. You've got Kaizo blocks, except they're not real traps. Although the disco ambush wasn't fun. And again. You do need to get some momentum there, unless there's an invisible block at the... Yeah, there is. Okay, I think it was actual lava for a while. So you do have to do some of that, but then you get to a point where you can't keep bouncing, and it's just... No, it's fine, it's not real lava. Although there is that guy. Yeah, if they put those on little platforms, then when they shimmy to the side, they will just lunge right off. Okay, yeah, there's a invisible ceiling there, so that when you jump on this, all this stuff drops at you, and yeah, you can't get it. Okay, we've got a bridge building here. Is it an actual bridge building? No, it's not. Well, maybe kind of. Yeah, only kind of. That part is a bit tricky. And that's a real launcher. Little midpoint only zone. So was there a power-up over here? I think there was. Yep. There's our power-up. Okay, that was just bad playing. There's something going on with this I'm not understanding. Yeah, the first part was all fake outs, but I'm feeling this is actual difficulty. Need a bit of a running start to jump that high. Yeah, this doesn't... I knew it, those are fake. I was gonna say, this doesn't feel possible. So we still have to deal with Charlie. Yeah, these are all fake. Those might be real that those are standing on. Okay, pipe maze, maybe? It's impossible unless they're fake. Okay, we've got, what's his name music from Cave Story. Happy Koopa's bungee jumping, temporarily closed due to lack of ropes, jump at own risk. Yeah, they're fake. And I'm pretty sure the fit is fake, too. Do we have to go over the top? Ah. Okay, then. I think that's set up so that if you time it right, you'll get a guaranteed 50. But yeah. The hardest level. I got about 10 minutes. Let's try the secret exit in here. That was needlessly risky. That wasn't terribly bright either. Yeah, and down here is where I think the secret exit has to be. Or at least the key. So let's put a state save here for convenience. Another power-up. Yeah, this is a no advanced power-up level. And there's a bat, the most untrustful of creatures. Can I go back up the pipe? Is that what they're hinting at? You can. So yeah, you can have two of this, what's really the same P-switch here. Which feels like it's probably part of a puzzle. And that feels like it's just bad playing. Yeah, charging chucks have a minor oddity in that you can bonk them while rising. Most enemies, if you're going upward... Oh, there's a... Okay. Most enemies, the way it works is if you're moving upward, it does not count as you landing on them, even if you're on top of them. Whereas with Charlie's, it just does. I'm not sure I should have hit that quite that early. No, this... Unless there's a key in here? No, this doesn't seem to be the secret exit, then. At least it's 3 lives. free-ish. Maybe you need to bring a free switch out here, and that's what gets you to it? I think of it, I never went up where that guy is. Actually, it could be the key is above that block. So that you need to use the P-switch to be able to hit it. I'm not sure why else there would be a brown block there. Really? Yeah, but then how would you get down there? So it looks like you need a silver P to get past the muncher, but also a regular one to get past that. Or maybe the silver P is in the thing above the block, and then the key is down there with the lock. That happened again. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can go to the rough there. Here's a shell. That's suspicious. So what I'm going to try doing is kick it in there, and it just missed. Oh well. No, that doesn't seem to do anything. Okay. I'll have to think on that, try again something else next time. It's looking like one of the relatively obscure and tricky secret exits. So, yeah. Again, we'll leave that for next time. Until then, this has been Arafon playing a Super Mario thing, the Talkhouse production from 2010. It's a thing. And you can see the full playthrough to this point in the archives, as well as all sorts of other stuff. I'm currently posting on Mondays and Thursdays a Japanese indie JRPG called Lady Knight Saga. And we're getting towards the end of that. But there's still more to go. Anyway, enjoy your weekend, and happy June!